In today's video, we're going to talk about terrible breakups and how to look within to bounce back, how to break yourself down, rebuild, and become that person that you want to be, the person you want to attract. And this is for everybody. This is not just for Scorpios. This is for every zodiac sign. So I want you guys all to come in, and I want you all to take notes. And I want you to leave with a sense of relief. I want you to leave with a sense of clarity. I want you to leave feeling good enough, right? All right, guys, let's get started. This Virgo has been in a 4-month amazing relationship with someone she cares about, someone she's getting along with very well. And the partner has come from a very abusive past, a very, very abusive past. She has children with a man who does not support her, does not financially support the children. They've had a lot of problems in the past, right? And so Virgo is stepping up as the provider, as the person who's supporting financially, who's trying to get her a place to live and trying to take care of the children. And something happens, right, that breaks off the relationship. Now, it's not all of a sudden, because we know that relationships don't break all of a sudden, right? Especially when it comes to Scorpios, which the partner is, right? All of a sudden doesn't happen, right? So there's a small chain of events that have been ignored throughout the relationship, right? And we don't know what those are, right? Only the two people involved really know what's going on. So after 4 months, Virgo has some type of maybe verbal altercation with the children's father, right? And when that happens, Scorpio gets very disturbed and triggered and calls her controlling, right? Which is the past that she's come from. She's come from an abusive, controlling past. Now, I actually took a quick look at the partner's chart, the Scorpio's chart. And what I will say is this. Not only does she come from a controlling, violent past with men, but she comes from a controlling, violent past at home, in that household, growing up. And that is probably where it trickled from, guys. When you come from abusive relationships starting in your family, you tend to look for those relationships outside because they're natural. We've had this conversation, right? We've had this conversation. Each and every one of you will repeat what type of environment that you've grown up in. You will repeat it. You'll look for relationships the same, right? Especially if you have a parent who was abusive or a parent that was the most influential. You'll always gear towards those subconsciously, right? So if you go about your life, not getting in that mirror and not looking at yourself, you will always repeat those patterns. So I looked in the chart of the partner, the Scorpio, and the home she grew up in was very violent. It was a very violent, controlling environment. So it didn't surprise me that she had a partner, a man, and had children by someone who was violent and controlling. So I think the trigger was when Virgo started to dip into their business, right? She started to step to the man and, have some type of verbal altercation with him about their situation, about the ex situation. And now they've broken up. She says, I don't want to be with you. You're too controlling. And some other little hurtful things. Oh, I've been faking this and being happy and this, that, and the third. But here's the most important part of the conversation that I thought was profound. She says, you deserve better. She's telling Virgo, you deserve better. I don't want to be with you in that way. You deserve better. Now, a lot of you guys have been in relationships, or you know of relationships that have this same dialogue. When someone tells you, please, you deserve better than me, right? You don't really pay attention to that because there's something about that you want, right? You want that relationship. Now, Virgo wants to know how she can get back into this partnership, right? Now, listen to this, though. Listen to this. Because a lot of you guys are breaking up and you are sending me messages. How do I get back? How can we get back together? But you're missing something huge here. You're missing something huge. Listen to this. This is what she wants to go back to. She wants to go back to a single mother who has a couple of kids by a violent and controlling man, right? Who's always going to be in her life. Those are the father of her children. And the woman clearly is not ready to be in a real relationship. She's got a bunch of problems. She's got a bunch of problems, right? Mental problems, emotional problems that she has yet to deal with, okay? So this is what she wants to get back to, right? I want to go back to that. Really? Do you? Do you? Because for me, it doesn't sound exciting. It doesn't sound exciting, and it doesn't sound fulfilling, right? Because what happens when you meet someone? When you meet someone who hasn't resolved their childhood traumas, right? When they've chosen, listen to me carefully. All your relationships are chosen. You open the door. You give them your number. You text back. You open, your apartment. You let them in. You put them in your bed. You do. Listen, you choose. You choose. She chose a man who was controlling and abusive. And not only did she choose him, she made a decision to have children with him. The permanent decision, not just to have sex, but you're multiplying. You're sharing DNA. She'll always be a part of his life. And this is what she chose. That's the best she can do. That's what she felt good enough for. That's where her value lies, right? And you guys are the same. Whoever you're with right now is the best you can do. It's the best you feel you can do. It's the best you feel you can do. And so the question is, how do I get back into this relationship? How do I get back? How do I get back into a relationship with a woman who is traumatized, who grew up in a violent, controlling, abusive household, who then chose a violent, controlling, abusive spouse, had children with him, and is telling you, you deserve better. They are giving you that as a gift. Please, you deserve better. A lot of times we're in situations and we can't see. We can't see. We don't feel worthy enough to see, to get it, right? We don't feel worthy enough. This is what we can do. We're going to do this, right? And someone is telling you outright, I don't want this relationship. And you don't hear. And you don't hear it. They're telling you to your face, I don't want to be here. You can do better than me. They recognize that they've got a problem. In a lot of my videos, I tell you guys, the other people know who they are. You don't, though. When you say, oh, my boyfriend's a narcissist, he knows that. The joke is on you because you don't realize who you are in that scenario. You're with this person intimately. So what does that make you, right? What does that make you? You chose to be with this individual out of all the people in the world. That says a lot about who you are, and you don't even see it. When people tell you, when people try and tell you who they are, when they warn you even, guys, I was thinking about the Hulk, the superhero, the Hulk, and not just him, other superheroes, Superman, the Hulk, all of the people who have deep, dark other sides of them, and they fall in love, they get in relationships with mortals, and they're like, listen, you don't know me. I'm telling you, the hawk says, listen, you don't want to see who I really am. Oh, I do. No, you don't. You don't know. You don't know what pops off when I turn into this monster and I just go around killing. Oh, it doesn't matter. I want to be with you. You don't understand. And he's pleading, please, please. You don't want this relationship. People know who they are and they know what they hide. Now, this is a new relationship. It's only 4 months. In 4 months, you don't know anyone. You don't know the other person. You don't know anything. The mask falls off about a year. I would say be around a person a lot for a year and the mask will fall off. 4 months, it's still on tight. 6 months is still there. It's still there, right? 4 months is new. They're literally telling you that please, you don't want this relationship. I don't want it. I don't want it. And she's saying anything she can to get out. Oh, I just fake being in love and blah, 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 which we know is probably not the truth. So like the hawk who's warning, please, you don't want to be here. You don't want to be here. So how does the Virgo get back into the relationship? I don't recommend it. You don't. I don't recommend it. This is such a beautiful moment, and you're not going to see it now, but you will. When people show you different sides of themselves, when they warn you, when they tell you, please, I don't want to be here. You deserve better. And I agree with her. You do deserve better. You deserve a better you. You deserve a better you. Because right now, what you're doing is you're giving your resources away. Maybe you're codependent. You feel good. Oh, I'm taking care of someone's family, someone's kids. I'm doing the father's job. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to do any of that. Only thing you have to do is turn all of that attention that you're giving them and give it to yourself. Give it to yourself. Shower yourself with gifts. Give yourself the love and attention, and know that you are worthy of a healthy relationship. This is not even healthy. It's not healthy at all. And people will show you this in so many ways. Some people will pull back. Some people will disappear. Allow them to do that. Allow that relationship. Allow the universe to show you where you are within that. Allow the universe to show you that you need to work on yourself. That you need to work on yourself. And this is something that I want to stress, and I always talk about this. And some of you won't get it today, some of you won't get it tomorrow. Some of you are in abusive relationships right now. Some of you are in pointless relationships right now where you're just giving and giving and giving, and you're not giving to yourself. The other person is just looking at you like, why are you doing this? Because they know who they are. They know who they are. But do you? But do you? So I don't recommend you get back together. I don't. It's pointless. It's pointless. What are you going to do? Spend the next year giving your money, giving your time, taking care of children, fighting her ex-husband. Why are you doing that? Why? What do you gain from it? Satisfaction that you paid a couple of bills? Big deal. Pay your own bills. Imagine all the money you could have saved giving to yourself. Or being in a loving relationship where you take care of each other, where you don't have to do that. You don't have to fight somebody about their abuse and things like that. Imagine being in a healthy relationship where you really care about yourself, you love yourself, you feel so good about yourself that you wouldn't even talk to somebody like that. You wouldn't even step to somebody like that. You wouldn't even want to get their number. You're like, wait, 2 kids and an ex? Oh, nice to meet you. Have a nice day. That's what I do. Oh no, I can't handle it. I can't handle it. I only want the love. I want somebody healthy, who's self-loving, who has a nice life, who feels good about themselves, who wants to be in a relationship with me, who chooses me, who chooses, yes, I want to be here. I want to be with you. I want to be honest. I want to be open. I want a healthy partnership. That's what I like. You got a ton of problems that's causing me stress, and I got to be up in some man's face, baby. No. That is not self-love. That is self-hate. I definitely don't recommend you get back into the situation. I recommend you do some mirror work. I have a crash course on how to heal from trauma, and I definitely highly recommend that you take it. I recommend some treatment, maybe a psychiatrist, a psychotherapist, someone trained, to talk about your problems and talk about why you feel that this is your only option. Why do you feel this is your only option? This was a video request, and to book your video request, go to ScorpioSunScorpioMoon.com, click on Crash Courses, and let's get started. I hope you guys have learned a lot from this video. The main thing I hope for you on this channel is that you get in the mirror and look at who you are and break yourself down and become the most amazing version of yourself that you can be, so that when you go out into the world, you emit such a great energy that the only thing that can show up, the only thing that's even possible that would be on your level, is someone who is the same. Someone who is the same. Anybody who shows up in my life, I know they're fabulous. They have to be. There is no other option. They couldn't even find me. They couldn't even find me if they weren't. If they weren't self-loving, if they weren't putting in the work. They wouldn't even find me. I don't care if they lived next door. I would never see them. We would never cross paths. And this is where I want you guys to be. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen when you turn off this video. You're not going to be fabulous tomorrow, next week. But you can be on your way. Next year, you can be off the charts and look back and say, what in the world was I doing? What in the world was I doing? All right, guys, like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. I'll see you at ScorpioSunScorpioMoon.com, where you can book a basic chart reading, a love chart reading, a couples chart reading, a personal live stream session, or your own personalized video where I'll cover any topic as long as it falls under the Scorpio Sun Scorpio Moon brand, which is relationships, astrology, Scorpios, and all that good stuff. I have some amazing items coming to my shop for the holiday and the fall. You're going to absolutely love the pieces, the custom pieces that I have coming in. I may do some giveaways for you guys. I am going to have a Scorpio season series. We are going to go in about self-love, transformation, how to eradicate just old, horrifying behaviors that we have deep in our subconscious, and how to practice emitting energy that is going to lift you up. It's going to lift you up and put you in a whole different category, a whole different frame of mind, guys. I want to end this video by saying that breakups are difficult. They are. They're really hard. You form bonds with someone else, and that flow of energy is so beautiful, and when it's cut off, it throws you for a loop. It throws you for a loop, you know. It still happens to me. It still happens to me. And what I do is I immediately get in the mirror. Uh-oh, what is this? Why are we feeling this way? What does this say about me? What does this say about where we are? Right? What can we do? What can we do? Right? Because it has nothing to do with the other person. Nothing to do with the other person. But everything to do with you guys. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, where I post behind the scenes and the other content. And I think that's it. I'll see you soon.